Mark, thanks very much for the very kind introduction. And also, I want to thank you for having done the treaty acknowledgement. I just urge people to take a few moments and just reflect on our shared history with First Nations people and how our future looks going forward. We do the acknowledgements more and more as events go on, and I just urge people to use this as a point of thought, where you want to consider where you need to go to. And I'm also glad to go to these events and see the safety moment and people sort of thinking about it, and it sort of sets a tone for the day. I went to one of these in Alberta, and the MC, who was somewhat more animated than Mark, got up and he started going, and there's pointing to all these exits, and he said, and in the event of a change in cabin pressure, and he pulls out one of the pop-down air masks. So anyway, thanks very much for the opportunity to be here. It's a pleasure to be able to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Compensation Institute. The Compensation Institute has been a platform for safety leaders across the province to discuss and dialogue together, to share ideas, and generate new ideas that we can all bring back to our own organizations. It's great, as Mark said, to be able to be past COVID, where we can actually go and see people, look at them, and talk to them face to face. As a province, we've worked over the last 15 years to decrease our injury rates by more than 50%, thanks to the safety leadership of so many around the province and those in this room. Together as workers, employer representatives, labor representatives, government representatives, education and safety associations, we no longer have the second highest injury rate in Canada. We are now fourth among Canadian provinces, so we are shifting the needle, and that has required focus, effort, and leadership. Today, 90% of the employers are covered by workers' compensation have had zero workplace injuries in the last year for the third year in a row. Definitely a good start, but still a very long way to go, so we certainly cannot be spiking the ball in the end zone. Saskatchewan is a strong and growing province that is the best place to live, raise a family, and to work. Unfortunately, we continue to see fatalities and serious injuries in the workplace every year. Approximately 2,400 Saskatchewan workers are seriously injured each year, and that is something that is just simply unacceptable. Behind the statistics and data of every serious injury and fatality, there are people, families, colleagues, and communities whose lives are forever impacted. In an effort to prevent and reduce serious injuries and workplace fatalities, WorkSafe Saskatchewan, the partnership between the Workers' Compensation Board and the Ministry of Labour Relations and Workplace Safety, announced a 3-year fatalities and serious injury strategy in December of 2019. This was a first-of-a-kind document in Saskatchewan that laid out objectives and aggressive targets, focusing on injuries with the most serious injuries. The strategy has now come to an end, but its work is not finished as people are still being injured in the workplace. During COVID, we saw a marked decrease in injuries and accidents because people weren't out, people weren't working. But now COVID is over and people are back to work, and our injury rates are once again rebounding. So we want to build on the success of the first strategy, so the 2023-28 document lays out a new approach to fatalities and serious injuries in Saskatchewan's workplaces. It captures the major themes from the various stakeholder engagement sessions held throughout 2022. It outlines 2 key streams of work that will be undertaken to reduce serious injuries and fatalities. There's a regulatory and enforcement stream and a prevention and learning stream. The 2 approaches reinforce that workplace safety is everyone's responsibility, and it will continue to take strong partnerships and continuing stakeholder participation to make a change in the culture of workplaces. The new strategy is the starting point for that work. So once again, it's my pleasure to be here. Trust that you have a wonderful conference. Look forward to hearing reports back from it. I'm going to close by just telling you a brief story about my mom. My mom used to watch Question Period. She was passed away when she was over 100, and would watch everything that took place on TV, and then would always pass comments, not always the nicest ones. So towards the end of her life, I would go and visit her and say, were you watching Question Period this week? And I knew she wasn't happy when she would look at me and she would say, I just pressed mute. With that, I will let you press mute on me. Enjoy the conference.
Thank you, Minister Morgan. It's my pleasure now to invite up to the stage WCB CEO Philip Germain. Philip, of course, has been instrumental in the growth of this annual event, and I imagine must be gratifying to see it hit 25 years and going strong. Please welcome Philip Germain.
Thank you, Mark, and it is gratifying to see the growth of the Comp Institute and all the good things that have come through it over the years. And it's really good to be in person. I've been to a number of in-person events this year, and there's just an energy and a buzz when you get in the same room with people, talking to them eye to eye, trying to share stories, help each other, and just enjoy being together. So good morning, everyone. Thank you, Minister Morgan, for your comments. Appreciate your time, and thank you to our board members who are here and taking time out of their very busy schedules to join us and intermingle. But on behalf of the WCB's executive, sincerely, thank you for being here in person and thank you for being here online for the 2023 Compensation Institute. It is truly incredible that we've been doing this for 25 years, and I think I've been to all 25, not as an employee of WCB. I may have missed one. And it has evolved and changed over the years depending on the needs of you, our customers. So this conference just would not be what it is, what it needs to be, and what it should be without you, because this really is about engagement. It's about education, learning, and some of that education and learning is not during the speaking events, but it's on the side conversations, at supper in the evenings, coffee, breakfast during coffee at breakfast time. So this year's theme incorporates our vision to eliminate injuries and restore abilities, and a focus on the change and transformation that we will see over the past few years and over the next coming years. Because we know, I don't need to tell you, our world is changing. Our country, our province are changing. Our labor force and our workplaces are changing. The WCB industry itself is changing. As safety leaders, we need to find ways to adapt and transform the safety, health, and well-being of all our environments that we work in. The speakers who we've lined up for you today and tomorrow will focus on providing tools, tips, and resources that will support you in adjusting to the changes that we're all facing. When we first came up with the concept of the Compensation Institute, it was twofold. We wanted to provide a strong safety and prevention platform where together we could learn from one another and gain greater awareness and knowledge. We also wanted to provide the opportunity to exchange ideas with you as to find better ways to understand the compensation system in Saskatchewan. So in addition to our safety and prevention theme, we will also be sharing our WCB 101 presentation from several of our staff that's going to help you hopefully understand and navigate the compensation system a bit better. There's a saying in the compensation world that prevention is better than rehabilitation, and rehabilitation is better than compensation. Preventing all workplace injuries and fatalities presents the greatest value to our customers and partners. Workers are better off when they are able to rehabilitate and return to work. This year's conference theme is focused on change and transformation, and it reflects where we are at as a WCB and our efforts to transform the services that you need. Our business transformation program enables us to deliver on many strategic initiatives in a very highly coordinated fashion. Launched in 2021, the business transformation program will engage customers, partners, and WCB staff in a multi-year journey to implement the changes that we believe are necessary to meet our customers' expectations now and well into the future. Our program involves improving customer experience and outcomes, updating and replacing and introducing new technologies, and improving our processes and approach to service delivery. A critical part of our business transformation program is our focus on the importance of preventing disability. In 2022, the WCB continued to make solid strides towards implementing a new core workers' compensation solution, which involves the processes to update our technologies and the systems related to claims, payments, premiums, and employer accounts. We continue to focus on implementing innovative approaches to improving service to our customers. We're implementing a work disability prevention and return to work strategy that is based on industry best practice. And for those that have not found it yet, I'd encourage you to find the Pacific Coast University or NIDMAR booth over in the booths. We've been working with Pacific Coast University and NIDMAR for many years, and I can tell you they are one of the leading organizations as it relates to disability prevention. Our BTP program includes active employer and worker contact, clear collaborative recovery and return to work plans to support workers to restore abilities and return them to work as quickly and safely as possible. Over the course of today and tomorrow, you will hear more from the WCB and from these world-class speakers. You also have the opportunity to hear from inspiring stories of safety accomplishments of Saskatchewan workers and employers as we present the annual WorkSafe Saskatchewan Safe Worker Employer Awards. So it's a heartfelt thank you from me for taking the time out of your days to attend and enjoy the conference. I hope you enjoy the conference, and I trust it will be truly a great experience of learning and collaboration. Before I hand things over to Mark, I'd like to ask Gord Dobrovolsky, our chair, to come forward and offer a few words. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Am I the only guy in the room with a tie? Anyone else got a tie on other than me? I think I'm it. Okay, so after I'm done here, I'm taking the tie off if that's okay with everyone. Feeling a little unusual, for sure. Again, good morning and welcome. Our communications department is absolutely fabulous, except for one thing. They give me 10 pages of notes and say I have 4 minutes. So I'm going to run through this really good. And Mark, I don't have the electronic thing that buzzes me. No, it's okay. Carolyn at the back of the room goes like this to me, okay? Yeah. On behalf of my fellow board members, Larry Flowers, Gary Hamblin, Judy Henley, and Jack Brodsky, we welcome you to the 25th Compensation Institute. Other than Phil, is there anyone here that has attended all 25? Put your hand up, stand up. Bob Ross. Anyone else? Yeah, way to go, Bob. Bob Ross from Motor Safety Association. Anyone else? Well, that's quite a feat. Thank you, Bob, and congratulations, and welcome, of course. Always good to see you. Special thanks to all of the speakers that have traveled a distance to be here. And I want to take a minute to build on Phil's comment about the purpose of Compensation Institute. When Compensation Institute started in the late 1990s, the vision was to create an event to share ideas about safety and prevention efforts in our province, and to create dialogue and share information about our compensation system. Compensation Institute has been an opportunity to learn from and educate one another, and each year this event has thrived because of your participation. Our vision to eliminate injuries and restore abilities gives us the clear direction necessary to reach our mission, which is to be a customer-centric organization that continuously seeks to add value through a culture of continuous process improvement. Compensation Institute is an important event for us each year, and is also the largest public event. It gives us a place to interact with you directly, our customers, and our partners. At the WCB, we strive for open and transparent communication with all of you. We are excited to continue to host this interactive learning conference. We are the only WCB in Canada that holds a free prevention and safety educational event like this. Think about that for a moment. Out of the 10 provinces and territories, we're the only one that does this. And welcome to our many world-class guest speakers who are joining us over the next 2 days to share their knowledge and current workplace health and safety practices, standards, and issues. Each one of you in this room, leaders, workers, employers, healthcare providers, safety professionals, understands the beneficial information that is shared each year. Each year, your feedback helps us shape our program so we can provide educational and stimulating information. And a very sincere thank you to all of our WCB staff who put in so many hours to organize this event, as well as our many staff volunteers. I know how they review and consider your survey feedback to guide the development of our agenda and the details that you'll see today and tomorrow. We hope that you enjoy the sessions, as they are topics that you have asked us to cover. We trust that you'll walk away motivated and keen to share what you've learned. So, on behalf of everyone here today, the WCB staff and volunteers that have worked so hard to put this together, on behalf of my board colleagues, we thank you for attending. It's important. And we look forward to networking with you over the next couple days. Thank you. Have a great conference.